Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
And now, a guy who never leaves the house without wearing a cup, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome to Nite Lite, folks. Happy Thursday, everybody. It is the Christmas Eve of weekdays. You made it this far. I have every confidence you can make it through tomorrow. But we are here. We are almost there, folks, almost to the weekend. And what a fun show I have for you guys tonight. I'm so glad you're here. Wherever you're joining me from over the state, it is great to have you. As you know, Nite Lite is on statewide, so we get opinions from all over the Dairy State, and it is so much fun throughout the show to talk to all of you. So please be part of the show tonight as well. Got two great guests tonight. What should be a pretty fun question, if not uplifting, and some fun things to talk about. So we've got it all tonight, including our... this awesome contest, Conrad. You got to admit. I know you're not a contest guy, but... Oh, God. Now, every time you do that, I have to explain what we did a week ago.
I'm done, I swear. I'm done now.
I'm going to give you details tonight, folks. You're here on a great night, and every night will be like this through October 3rd because it's our Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win multi-state contest. And I'm going to give you all the details and the keyword at 7 o'clock or shortly after 7 o'clock. A lot of easy contest. All you have to do is have the Civic Media app. I'm going to give you the keyword. You text in the keyword on the app, and you are enrolled. You are eligible to win daily prizes of $200 or gold. And I keep saying or. It's $200 and gold jewelry. And then if you play, you are automatically entered into the grand finale drawing, the big grand prize. And you know what? I'm going to sit on that one too, Conrad. I'll tell you that after 7 o'clock, although if you're regular listeners, I think you know, but it involves a big-time game between the green and gold and...
the Purple People Eaters.
It's funny that you remember that because that was like a nickname, I think was like from the 70s. I don't think I ever have heard that in the last 25, 30 years.
Well, you know, I only know it because one of our Civic Media employees, or one of our coworkers, texted in that one night, and it was Chris Casper.
Oh, it was Casper,
because he is a Purple People Eaters fan.
He is he goes for the purple and gold, not the green and gold.
Yeah,
but that is the grand prize, and that is a noon kickoff on November 23rd, and we're even giving you gas money to get to the game. So lots of fun, great contest. And more to come on that throughout the show. And the keyword coming up after intermission, after the news at 7 o'clock. We'll give you the keyword, and good luck, everybody. It's a fun contest. And not only that, folks, when you get confirmation back after you send in the keyword, if you click on any of the links, you have a heightened chance to win. Sign up for the Civic Media newsletter, Civic Media Today, Facebook. Do we have an Instagram account? I don't. Or I do, but I don't use it.
I have an Instagram account.
I know. That's where you look for love. Or inheritance.
He caught me. Yeah, that's true.
But if you sign up or follow us on any of those, you have an extra chance to win during this awesome contest. So stay tuned for more details coming up in hour number 2. My guest tonight, this is fun. I sometimes a guest just slips through the cracks. We have not had our guest at 6:35 on probably for 9 months or so.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And he is Ben Chan, Jeopardy champ, Green Bay resident, maybe De Pere resident, Ben Chan. He is also a professor at St. Norbert's. He will be here in the studio to make this week's Popcorn Pick of the Week. We'll talk to Ben about how he watches movies, what kind of movies he likes. And I'm sure we'll get into Jeopardy a little bit. And I hope Ben can stick around because coming up in the second hour as well, guest-wise, our pal Norm Kopeski from Appleton Cigar. Norm is going to tell us about a really cool contest that is taking place at Appleton Cigar this weekend. And I don't want to spoil it, but we'll have some cigar talk, and we'll talk about this contest and a lot of other stuff you can do if you check out Appleton Cigar. I'm going to ask him about their poker nights. I really am. If I didn't live an hour and a half from Appleton, I would totally go.
You should show him that picture of Kim Kardashian. See what he thinks.
Let's save that picture. That's a good one.
It is also National One Hit Wonder Day.
I know.
And I made a little quiz where you have to guess what that one-hit wonder is.
Should we do that with Ben, though?
Yeah, we could do it with Ben.
I'll tell you what. Give me a couple, and then Ben and I will do it when he's here, too.
So, I mean, what comes to mind when you think of one-hit wonders?
I mean, a one-hit wonder. Like, Betty Davis Eyes, or we talked about that a little bit last night with some of these bands. I'll tell you a great song, a one-hit wonder, is the band, or the song Laid. The band is James. It was a huge hit in the 90s. Stuff like that. That's a one-hit wonder.
We have I believe we have a one-hit wonder that we use pretty regularly for the bumpers.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
And it's you get what you give, right? Yeah, you get what you give.
What is that?
I can play it for a second if you want.
It's not. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a total one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the name of that song.
Yeah, it's you get what you give, and it's by the New Radicals.
The New Radicals. I
Yeah.
did remember the band because when I sent you that song, I was like, I remembered the band, but I'm like, for the life of me, could not remember the name of the song.
It's such a good song too.
Oh, it's a great tune. It's like an anthem almost for the 90s. Yeah, there's a ton of them. Laura Branigan,
And
Gloria.
I stick kind of towards the 90s. Maybe went out of the 90s for like
Okay.
a couple songs, but mainly 90s and 80s.
Sweet. Well, you know what? Before we get too caught up in the one-hit wonders, let's do our question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
What is the saddest song ever written? Saddest song ever written. That is tonight's question of the night. I don't even know what inspired this, but I'm curious as to what you guys come up with. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let us know what you think the saddest song is. Sometimes they're great to listen to. Sometimes you just want to be sad, and instead of trying to cheer yourself up fraudulently, you crank on a sad song and you just embrace it and you're sad.
And you belt it to the moon.
And you belt it to the moon. Yeah, absolutely. All by myself. Who hasn't belted that out? And, I did think about this. I can't remember what I said on social media. What was your, God, I can't believe I just asked you.
Well,
what yours-
Yes. All right. Well, do you want me to play the clip right away? Because,
You could play your
All right,
saddest song.
well-
Let's get that out of the way
well-
because it's going to be in people's heads all night.
I'm a regular How I Met Your Mother watcher.
Yes.
And one of the saddest songs I've ever heard it's called Cat Funeral.
Let's hear 20 seconds tops, 30 seconds tops.
Let me set it up a little bit.
All right. Yeah, no one could ever follow this.
Marshall Erickson, he's Jason Segel in How I Met Your Mother. And in one of the episodes, he goes through a phase where he likes to make photo montages and sing to the photo montage. And it's just hilarious.
Cat sitting for Lily's mom. Cat sitting for Lily's mom. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna bring us all closer together. Cat funeral.
I love how they change gears.
It was an accident.
All right, that's enough.
And not entirely my fault.
Yeah, that's sad in a funny
It's
way.
it's pretty sad.
Really? Did that make
Yeah,
you tear up when you were
well-
watching a sitcom?
The photo montages, he's cat sitting for the mom, and he leaves the window open in his in his third story apartment, and the cat jumps out the window.
Yeah, funny, not sad. I don't think you grasp
But
the.
But then they have the funeral in the apartment, and they have the little cat's casket in front of the window. The cat jumped out of.
Okay. That's quite enough. So I'm gonna go first. My favorite, my saddest song, and it's not. I'm probably not going to be on an island here. Is Danny Boy. Terribly sad song, but in a beautiful way. Kind of a father-son song. An Ireland who just had so much tragedy over the years song. It's just great. And I tear up every time I hear it. almost no matter, even if a bad singer is singing Danny Boy, I will be brought to tears. So that's my saddest song. But I have others. I had a couple runner-ups, too. Cats in the Cradle. Sam Stone from John Prine. Very sad. So much so, Sam Stone is so sad. It's just like a soliloquy. I don't even really like, it's not nearly my favorite John Prine song. But it's very sad. About a guy who comes home from Vietnam and gets hooked on smack. Auld Lang Syne is kind of sad, but in a good way. It's just a beautiful song about unrequited or first loves reuniting in a grocery store. Great song. Tears in Heaven. And I went online and looked for this because Tears in Heaven is often called the saddest song ever. It's Eric Clapton wasn't such a butt munch. I would probably maybe have put that like number 2 because it's a very sad song. Do you know that story, Conrad?
I don't.
Eric Clapton, his son fell out a window in New York City like 30 floors up. Somebody left the window open. You know, Eric Clapton, and I don't want to judge him because accidents can happen. I don't think he was even there. He's probably off touring, but the housekeeper or the nanny left the window open, and the kid died. So Eric Clapton wrote Tears in Heaven, a horribly sad song, but a good song. I mean, Eric Clapton's great. Anyway, those are my runner-ups, and my favorite is Danny Boy. We've heard from Conrad, the cat, whatever.
Cat Funeral.
Song. So what do you guys think? 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let us know what you think the saddest song ever is. We'll have some fun with this one today. It is National Daughters Day. So I would like to give a shout out to my beautiful daughter, Kate. Happy National Daughters Day. If you have a national daughter, you can wish her a happy day on the text line as well. And this is exciting, Conrad. We have, I don't know if you knew this. This is Kristen Lyerly was on the show the other night.
Correct.
On the social media, the Facebook, I like to call it.
Yeah.
She said, would it be weird? Like, you know what? I got to find out. How did she say this? We'll look it up. It's something to the effect that she wants to be the official Nite Lite gynecologist. And I think it's high time we had one.
Yeah, I think so too.
We've been on the air almost 2 years. We've never had an official gynecologist. You and I most likely are never going to need one. However, you never know.
You never know.
I love that she volunteered her services. She's kind of stretched thin anyway. She has her own show on the weekend here called the Dr. Kristen Lyerly Show. She's on like all these gynecological and medical boards, but she wants to be the Nite Lite, official Nite Lite gynecologist, and I think it's high time we had one. We got a call?
Yes.
Do we have time to take a call? Let's try
Ollie
to get
from
this
the
through.
Northwoods.
Oh, fantastic. Ollie, how are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in. Except I might start crying now with these sad songs.
I know.
My one song that always makes me cry is hearing taps.
Oh, wow.
My dad was in the Army for 22 and a half years, so
Jeez.
that's always a sad song. And then I have another song.
Hey, Ollie, hold that thought. We got to do a really quick break, and I don't want to cut you off, so we're going to do a fast break. We'll come back and get your other song, okay?
Okay.
All right, my friend. We're coming right back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. Ollie phone call part 2 coming up next.
My love, I really want to know you. I really want to go with you. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to on the lonely night. I love you, baby.
Welcome back.
Trust in me.
This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba on the Christmas Eve of weeknights. It is a Thursday edition, folks. We are asking, what is the saddest song you've ever heard? That is tonight's question of the night. I'm going to give you contest information coming up in hour number 2. You're not going to want to miss that. It's our multi-state Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win contest. More details coming up after the news at 7 o'clock. And how's that new tower in Milwaukee doing? 100.3. If you're in the Milwaukee area, WAUK, we're on the FM signal there, and it's outstanding, apparently.
That's what I'm hearing.
I heard good things. So I had nothing to do with it. It's all
Yeah.
Corey Hartman,
Yeah.
and Casper, and Drew, and all the Eric, you know.
You didn't bring your tools out there?
No, I own like a hammer, and that's it. So we're in the middle of a phone call with Ollie from the Northwoods. So let's get back. Ollie said Taps was a very sad song for her. And what else do you say, Ollie?
This other song is an old song. I remember listening to it when I was a kid. And I think it's a newer version that Elvis Presley sang, and it's called Old Shep.
Yeah.
And it's about his dog. And everybody should listen to that.
That is a sad one. Well, I haven't heard that in years. I remember that's a very sad song, though. Those are outstanding choices, Ollie. As always, I expect nothing less. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
You too. Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks. We got great social media responses to our question of the night, too. Ben Chan, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be here in about 10 minutes. Jeopardy champ, St. Norbert professor Ben Chan will be here in the studio. Very much looking forward to having Ben back on the show. And then Norm Kopesky at 7:35. He is going to bring sticks for all. You know what a stick is, Conrad?
One of those cigar
That's
things.
damn right. Remember we had Hank and Herschel in here.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that term before, so I'm going to ask Norm about that. But Norm will be here at 7:35. Our question of the night, what is the saddest song ever written? Please feel free to share, folks, and we will read your text on the radio if you're listening on the stream or watching the radio on the stream at X, Facebook, or YouTube. You could drop us a stream comment there and give us a like or a follow if you're so inclined. And the best way to text also, I don't know if it's the best way. It's a good way. It's a good option. The app. You got to have the app anyway to play the contest. So on social media, our pal Rich Tellerico says, Blind Man in the Bleachers. That was like a really cheesy 70s song, but it was about a guy who loses his dad, and his dad was blind and could never see him play sports. It was a very sad song. But I don't know if I heard that now. I might think it's cheesy. I shouldn't say it's cheesy because when I was a kid, it really affected me. Obviously, Rich, too. Thank you, buddy. Danny Wheels says, Let Down by Radiohead, the song paired with the end scene of The Bear Season 1. Oh, I got to go back and give that another look. Thank you, Dan. I said, Danny Boy, Tom Clark, a very funny Tom Clark, Milwaukee native son, says Tangerine by Led Zeppelin. Great choice, Tom. When was Tom on the show last?
He was on, I believe he was on for a popcorn pick.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get Tom back on. Alan Whitebird says, Alone Again, naturally. Yes, great choice, Alan. And what else? Vince Moranto. Vince's response last night on the text for the Springsteen song was outstanding. Really did his homework. And he says today, I tear up when I hear Mr. Bojangles, probably because I drinks a bit. Thank you, Vince. Vince, by the way, is making the popcorn pick next week, Conrad. Mark that in your calendars. That'll be fun. Our pal Eric Rathsack, the front man for Ask Your Mother, says he stopped loving her today. George Jones. Yeah, that's a sad one, too. Oh, my pal Matt Hansen. From the Marinette School District, Conrad. We rarely hear from the Marinette School District. Actually, scratch that. He is no longer with the Marinette School District.
Okay.
I think he's with the Lenas. He's just a school district kind of guy.
Okay.
Matt Hansen says, Teddy Bear, Red Sovine. I don't know that song. Matt, great to hear from you, though. Please continue to text on a nightly basis. Happy to read them. Boris Hamilton, our pal on very funny Boris Hamilton, says, Operator, Jim Croce. That's a great choice. But that's not the way it feels. And Wildfire, Michael Martin Murphy. You know, I've heard that song my whole life. I don't even know what Wildfire is about. But The Simpsons made fun of it once. I've never really listened to the lyrics. I will now, though. Thank you, Boris. Tony Zimmerman, Civic Media's own. Leonard Cohen, Famous Blue Raincoat. I don't know. Well, you know what? That's one of those songs I might know. He put a YouTube link. Can you pull that?
Yeah.
It's the least we could do. Thank you, Tony. And then we'll get to the text line here. Ben Chan coming up in just a few minutes. We got to do a thing on Nepo Babies. This Steven Spielberg's son, Sawyer Spielberg. Here's the deal. I don't hold anything like acting is acting, music, whatever. You're a Nepo baby, that's fine. But I cannot stand when the Nepo babies say, well, if anything, my last name worked against me. Uh-huh. Sure it did. Just not true. Ridiculous. Although I do applaud people like Nicolas Cage, who his actual last name was Coppola, but he changed it. I admire that. I think people probably still knew who he was. Anyway, we'll get to that. I'm going to do a whole Nepo Baby segment, folks. You're not going to want to miss that. Popping over to the stream, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Happy Thursday. Hey, everyone. Hey, Daniel. Happy Thursday to you as well. Dave on the stream says, Wind Beneath My Wings. That's a sad one. Absolutely. What do you like, Dave? The Bette Midler version or the Lou Rawls version? I like the Lou Rawls version. Dave also says Brian's song. I know that's a movie. I didn't know that was a song. Sydney Frankenstein says Frankenstein, I should say. I just did the young Frankenstein pronunciation. It's Frankenstein. Sydney says Putting the Dog to Sleep by the Antlers. I don't know that one, but thank you, Sydney. Sydney says also, we got that one fixed, I think. Sydney says, have you ever seen The Rain by CCR? Creedence Clearwater Revival, underrated sad song. Yes. Another great one, Sydney. Love CCR. And Dave Kunish verifying. Good one, Sid. That's kind of fun when the texters talk to each other.
Yeah.
I love that. We're all friends. Hey, when we come back, Jeopardy champ Ben Chan will be here to make the popcorn pick of the week. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
I wanna cry, cry, cry alone when you're feeling blue. I'm waiting just for you.
It's time for the Nite Lite Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we recommend a movie that you'll either enjoy or won't. Here's your host, Pete Schwaba.
How do you like those options? You'll either like it or you won't. Welcome back to Nite Lite. This is exciting, folks. I'm very thrilled to welcome my next guest here to make the popcorn pick of the week. When it comes to appearing on Jeopardy and also being a professor at Lawrence University, this guy is top-notch and an absolute rock star, Mr. Ben Chan. Welcome back, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, Pete. It's always nice to be here. I think I was banging on the window about a year ago, and I was like, oh, wait.
Were you doing a bar crawl or something?
Yeah. You're in here, and it's like, God, I'm on the air right now, dude.
That's right. I forgot about that. So we'll talk about the Jeopardy stuff. We'll talk about your new position at Lawrence. That's exciting. But how are you in general? How are you doing in this thing called life? Things good?
Yeah, things are really good. It's a transition. It's been kind of a transition. After my last Jeopardy appearance, I'm kind of out of the immediate central Jeopardy pool.
Okay.
And also my job was transitioning at the same time this past, 6 months. But life is all about transitions.
Absolutely.
I think, right?
Yeah. I'm not even smart enough to know what the central pool of Jeopardy is. So we'll talk about that too.
It's too complicated.
After
really.
we do the popcorn pick. So let's jump in. Let's talk movies. Ben Chan, you're obviously an incredibly bright guy. Jeopardy or not, you're a college professor. You're well-schooled. You've impressed us on a national level on a game show. What kind of movies do you like?
I like a lot of movies. I think Roger Ebert had a really good attitude about this, right? That he would review movies on their own terms, right? So, there are a lot of genres that he probably wasn't a fan of, but if he would try to judge whether the director accomplished what they were trying to accomplish, right?
Interesting, yeah.
And so I think I'm the same way. There's genres I enjoy more, genres I enjoy less, but I like to have a wide exposure to things.
Okay.
But the things I really love, there are movies that can really change your perspective, right? And in ways that not many art forms can do. I think, of the popular recent movies, I think Parasite was like that. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Parasite's, I think Parasite's given like a framework for millions, like changed people's framework of thinking about power and income, right? And it's a very powerful kind of metaphor and very powerful narrative structure that has like global implications in terms of how people cope with life. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it did well at the Oscars too. I mean, it was very well recognized. That's a great answer. And I expect nothing less than a well thought out answer from someone like you, Ben. So do you prefer to go? So basically you don't stick to typically one genre. You like, and I'm the same way. I'm not really a horror guy. That doesn't mean I don't really enjoy an occasional really well done horror movie at times, if that makes sense.
Yeah, my wife is really into horror and she's gotten me into it, which I'm glad for, because I think I wouldn't there's so many choices, right? So it's
Yeah.
hard to take that step on your own if it's something you aren't drawn to naturally. But it's opened my eyes to things, right? Because horror, I think, is deeply kind of Freudian generally, right? And
Yeah.
kind of is a working out of our, personal or cultural deep fears in a way that often we don't get to raise in kind of polite conversation. Or
Yeah,
discourse,
right.
Right.
Do you have? Did you see Weapons?
Oh yeah, I did see Weapons. Yeah, I think that's the last thing I saw in the theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That same here. I enjoyed it. Again, not a horror guy, but really solid movie. I really liked it. All right. So, how do you like to watch movies, Ben? Are you a theater goer? Do you like the comfort of your own home?
I would prefer the theater, but
Okay.
Probably the ratio is 9-1 home to theater.
Yeah.
And I think I went to grad school at UCLA in Los Angeles, and sometimes people ask me like, "Oh, do you miss things about Los Angeles?" And there are a couple of things I miss, but the number one thing that comes to mind is that they still have a lot of beautiful single screen theaters,
Yeah.
and they do, nice restored prints. And because it's a film town, you'll go to like a Saturday revival of Meet Me in St. Louis, and the theater will be full at 10
Yeah.
a.m. and you might be sitting next to like Jason Segel and so a bunch of film editors.
Yeah.
And they're super, they're great audiences. They're super appreciative. And then sometimes you might get, somebody who did the casting for a 1960 show be in the audience and do Q&A after. And
Right.
That's really.
I'm totally with you.
special.
One of my best experiences, or when my wife and kids would leave and go back to the Midwest, and I was out there alone, I would take full advantage in terms of going to movies. And I remember specifically, I saw Mission Impossible 3. I think it was 9 a.m. at a Hollywood theater. I get coffee. I saw Collateral in the morning. I saw South Park with my buddy Mike Siegel. Yeah, you can see anything almost any time of day, and that is something I do
in a
miss
full
about
theater
LA.
too, right?
In the
And
full
right,
theater,
or,
yeah, big screen.
And that's it's nice to watch with other people.
Absolutely. All right. So, what is your favorite snack? Let's say you're in the theater. What kind of snacks do you go for?
Ooh, I like everything. Usually money is the impediment. It's like these prices.
Oh, it's insane.
But that's a good question. I mean, I guess the first thing that pops to mind is, pretzel bites. Pretzel bites with some nacho
with
cheese.
some cheese. Oh man, I wish I didn't like that.
Right?
It's so bad. And nachos too. Like that cheese is what it is.
That
If
cheese is.
yeah, if they would
that's
just
not-
like sprinkle shredded cheese on there and heat it up, it'd be
That's
different.
good,
But I
right?
don't know what the hell I'm eating when I'm
Yeah.
eating nacho cheese. But it
I
does
could.
taste
No,
good.
I wish if they had more. I'm a big caramel corn fan, right? So
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that more theaters don't have that. Actually, that's one of the things the ArcLight Theater in LA was famous for. They had like fresh made caramel corn.
I love that you know these LA
No,
theaters. That's where I
yeah.
saw Collaterals at the ArcLight. It was-
ArcLight, yeah.
I don't think it's open anymore. Or was it the Cinerama Dome?
I think Cinerama.
Yeah.
might
Oh, that's a great. All right, so you're not fussy when it comes to snacks. What about at home? Do you watch it? Do you make different snacks when you're at home?
We used to make popcorn. One of the things, if any listeners have tips on dealing with two dogs in the house who are resource guarding and getting into arguments about that, so we can't have snacks on the couch anymore because
no.
they might have a disagreement about who gets to be closer to
Oh,
the
wow.
human snacks. But at home, that's been one of the things I talked about. I've been attending to a lot of deferred maintenance. Some of it is home projects. Some of it is my body. I think I put on 20 pounds. During
Living
my,
that celebrity
yeah,
life
during my Jeopardy life. And so I've been trying to avoid the movie snacks at home, at least.
God, don't do it other ways, Ben. Have a movie snack. But if you do figure it out, let me know. I could drop a few pounds. As
Ooh,
well,
so I'd say the go-to snack right now, if you go to one of the Asian markets in town, they have these things called jackfruit chips. Jackfruit's a tropical fruit, and it's like a pretty healthy thing. But it's delicious. It's like a sweet tropical fruit. And there are only like 3 ingredients: jackfruit.
I didn't know they came
salt.
in chip variety.
Yeah,
that's
great.
interesting.
Yeah, you should look for jackfruit chips.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. What about? All right, let's talk about this. I know you like to enjoy a cocktail every once in a while. What do you have? Have you ever snuck booze into a theater, or what do you make when you're at home?
Ooh, I probably have snuck booze into a theater when I was younger. It's been a big development that now Marcus Theaters sells booze, which is nice. So I can, and it's actually, that's the most reasonably priced item at the concession stand.
Is booze.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
hilarious.
Yeah, it's under $10 for like a tall boy or whatnot.
So if you want a box of goobers, it's $12. If you want a
exactly.
drink, it's $9.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty okay.
I'd like to. Greg Marcus seems cool. I want to meet Greg Marcus. That's on my bucket
Don't
list.
you run in those circles now? You guys are both. He's a celebrity.
I got to
'cause
put
he
it out
owns-
there. I got to
Yeah,
put it out
come
there.
on.
Yeah.
Let's use this as a platform. Conrad, take a memo. We got to get Ben in touch with Greg Marcus.
Doesn't he seem like he seems like a real nice guy?
Seems like a
right?
swell guy. Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen his Instagram. He's doing Instagrams with his employees. And it seems not forced.
Seems genuine. Yeah. All right. All right. So, what about at home? What do you make? Do you have a favorite cocktail or something?
Ooh, it kind of changes. I think the first thing that pops to mind, a martini.
Yeah.
Nice gin, classic gin martini.
You go gin, not the vodka, huh?
Yeah, I like I like that. A lot of people I know don't like the what is that, juniper in the gin,
vermouth.
right?
Okay.
And but I like it.
Yeah?
I like both things, the vermouth and the gin.
You're saying that defensively, and I don't mean to make you
I don't
defensive
know.
about your cocktail of choice. Ben Shannon's here, folks. He is a Jeopardy champ and also a professor at Lawrence University. He's here to make the popcorn pick of the week. Norm Kopeski is coming by at 7:35 for some cigar talk and a talk about a really cool contest they're having at Appleton Cigar this weekend. And stick around because after the news in hour number 2, I'm going to give you the keyword for our Civic Media Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win contest, our multi-state Text to Win contest. Keyword coming up after the news in hour number 2. But for now, we are inching eerily close to Jeopardy champ Ben Chan's popcorn pick of the week. So how do you feel about previews when you're in the theater? You like them? This is such a divider.
No, they're just. I guess I could go. There are two. The main complaint is many of the previews are bad now.
Yeah.
Like trailers they give away too much.
I totally agree.
Like the art of the
and that's an art too. Cutting a good trailer without giving too much away. It's an art form. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the trailers, there's some good trailers, but most of the trailers are just trash. Yeah.
Right.
It's very surprising that trailers are so bad.
All right, one more question for you, Ben. People are being loud nearby. You and your wife are there trying to enjoy yourselves. What do? Do you confront them? Do you shush them? Do you give them the stare? Do you get security? What's the deal?
We probably go at times where it's not that busy anymore. We typically go like Saturday afternoons. And so maybe the main thing would be the only loud people we run into are, 7-year-olds. And so,
what kind of movies you go? Does your wife ever get out of line? Do you ever have to shush your wife in a movie?
No, I mean, I think that the main tension is at home, right? Where sometimes we'll be watching a movie and then she'll look at her phone and I'm like, I thought we were watching a movie together.
It drives me bananas.
And then
But the worst thing is when someone looks at their phone. My kids used to do this. Wait, what did he say? I'm not telling you. Sorry, put the phone down.
She doesn't do that.
All right, that's good. All right, Conrad, I think we are ready for Mr. Ben Chan's popcorn pick of the week. Conrad, if you please. All right, Ben, the kidding around is pretty much over. What is the popcorn pick of the week?
It's tough. Can I give 2?
Yeah.
All right. So there are 2. They're streaming. They're both classic. They can be streaming, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Any movie. There are no rules.
So one that came to mind recently. Actually, this is something I saw. It's an old movie, The Red Shoes. I think it's 1948.
Oh wow, I've never seen that.
It's a
Nice.
ballet. Oh, Red Shoes. Yeah, that's one of the great. I don't know. It's top 50 movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
actually
I mean,
the
I've
reason
heard of
it
I've never
came
seen
back to my attention. Ken Jennings. It was one of his 5 picks. But it's one of my favorite movies. I saw it a few times, but one time I saw it at a special screening at the Smithsonian in D.C. And the editor, who was married to one of Powell and Pressburger, I forget which one, and I forget her name. She's Martin Scorsese's editor. So she's won a couple of Oscars. But she was in attendance. She gave a little talk before the
I love that.
screening, and she said, Powell and Pressburger, they're coming out of World War II, and they'd been told that there's so many things worth dying for. Democracy, Great Britain, whatever.
Wow.
And they wanted to make a film that showed that art was worth dying for.
That is so cool.
So yeah, the Red Shoes. I think it's on HBO.
The Red
Max.
Shoes on HBO Max.
Maybe I'll stick with that one.
And it's got a 98%. So
Yeah,
we're going to do a really quick break. Then we're going to come back and get pick number 2. You're getting 2 picks.
Oh,
Didn't
wow.
this happen
Thank
a couple
you.
weeks ago? Somebody gave 2 picks. That's even better. You get more referrals.
Definitely.
So, okay, Ben Chan is here, folks. Jeopardy champ. We are coming right back to get his second popcorn pick of the week. We'll talk about Jeopardy. We'll talk about one-hit wonders or, sad songs, right? We'll do sad
I have
songs.
a pick for that, yeah.
All right, sweet. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. We're coming right back on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It's a gospel kind of feeling, a touch of Georgia slide, a song of pure revival. Oh, where can you go when your money gets low? In the basement, down in the basement. And if a storm is taking place, you can jam and
Welcome
sing
back.
it safe in the basement.
This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me on this beautiful Thursday night here. We're coming to you live from downtown Green Bay, broadcasting statewide on a popcorn pick Thursday night. Folks, in just a few minutes after the news at the top of the hour, we're going to dig into the Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win contest, our multi-state Text to Win contest here at Civic Media. Great prizes. I'm going to give you more details after the news, and then I'll give you the keyword as well. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Right now, my guest in studio here is celebrity champ Ben Chan. And I'm not just saying celebrity champ. Aren't you like the third highest grossing person ever on Jeopardy or something like that?
No. Like in the regular when I left, I was the 16th highest in the
Okay.
regular season. But that's pretty good.
It's really good because Conrad went on that show about 10 years ago. And how'd you do, buddy?
Yeah, I was 16.
16th from the bottom, right above me. All right, Ben is here. He just made the popcorn pick of the week. He's got 2 of them. We heard his first choice was the Red Shoes from 1948. I'm putting that one on my list. And then you had another one. Ben, tell us what your other popcorn pick of the week is.
So this has shaped. I'm a big foodie, actually, despite maybe. That's my number one passion.
You're a
is food.
medium-sized foodie. I wouldn't call yourself you're ripping on your health earlier. I don't think that was warranted.
So one of these movies that really kind of shaped my culinary sensibility, I think it's the best food movie. There are a lot of good food movies, but it's a Japanese movie. It's also on HBO Max. It's called Tampopo, Tampopo. It's from the 80s. The genre is a Western. It's a ramen Western. So it has like the trappings of a Western.
As opposed to a spaghetti.
Yeah. So it's quite funny.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of Altman-esque in that it has many different interlocking threads
Okay.
and vignettes. But the main plot line is a young single mother who's trying to open a ramen shop. And her son is being bullied. She's not very good at making ramen. And then a trucker happens to roll into town.
Wow.
Who's a ramen expert and helps both her and her son get
All right, you've
her son
given-
at school and her with the ramen shop.
I know
It's
some
great.
stuff
No, it's
about
the best.
movies,
It's the
but
best.
mostly I'm just a fan. And you just named 2 films that I have not seen that I can add to my list. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
So
You're welcome.
great choices. Ben Chan, his choices are Red Shoes and Tampopo.
Tampopo.
Yeah.
Actually, Tampopo. I guess it means dandelion in Japanese.
Tampa police officers. Tampopo. Okay.
Tampopo. Yeah.
Ben, it is great to have you here. Let's talk. So what is the latest? I know you made a return appearance on Jeopardy. For those that don't know, a couple years ago, Ben had like an incredible run. And here's what I love about your Jeopardy run. It was packed with drama because you went, I was reading about this, you went up, then you lost big, then you came back and cleaned house. So you had that drama.
Oh, right.
Then you forgot about your Jeopardy greatness. And then you couldn't play because of COVID and you had to get back in the game and you went on a run again. It's like you've had a really cool run.
Yeah, I think it was very eventful. Yeah, it's more eventful than most runs on Jeopardy.
So, all right. So, well, yeah, obviously, if you're like 16, that's incredible. So, what do you have a favorite memory coming out of that whole experience? You've had time to reflect on it now. There's
so many. Actually, it's filled with good memories. I think, it's hard to beat the first win,
Yeah, I bet.
right? Because that opens up everything. I mean, I think that's the I don't know that was my biggest fear, because I knew I was pretty well prepared. I knew I could, make some noise, but that it's hard to get the first one because
Yeah.
you're playing against somebody who's already played. They're probably pretty good.
Interesting.
In the subsequent games, you have an advantage because you're not playing against somebody who's played before, and they're also random. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas in your first game, you're guaranteed to play a non-random person, namely somebody who's won.
Right. Wow, that's interesting. And then I would imagine your first time too is when your nerves are at peak, or is it when you get close to setting some kind of milestone? Like, how did you deal with
it's
that?
definitely the first
Okay.
time. And then after that, the thing about it's like, if you've been in show business or whatever, it's a
Yeah.
well-oiled machine, right? So it's like, I've got 10 minutes till the next show, and so you don't have time to think about what's happening.
You have to have, and I'm just saying this, I'm guesstimating, or making a presumption, but you have to, A, be really smart, but B, be able to answer these questions quickly on the spot on national TV. So for people that can do that, you maybe played people that were smarter than you, but they couldn't handle the pressure of thinking quickly on TV, maybe?
Yeah, I had the advantage of I played fake practice games with people, so you
Okay.
get into that rhythm. I think good people. It's hard to do that if you're not in the groove.
Yeah.
Right? It's like ring rust or whatever. Right? Like you have to be in that mindset and have the right threshold for guessing or buzzing in when you're not sure you know it, because you are confident enough that it'll come in time. And then if you're not in that groove, you're going to be either too hesitant or too aggressive.
That's so cool. Can we keep you past the news? Can you do another
Oh, yeah,
segment
sure.
of this? We'll do a little. Conrad put together a one-hit wonder sort of thing. We could square off. I know.
Oh, no.
I would love to find. I would love to.
Wait,
Is that your weakest?
That's my
what?
weakest.
Oh,
Music, pop music. yeah, that's
Bring
my
it.
weakest.
All right. Ben just admitted his weakness on the air. So, folks, we're going to come back. He's going to do another segment with us. I'm going to give you all the info on the Civic Media Go for the Green and Gold Text to Win contest, our multi-state contest. That is coming up next. And we've got Norm Kopeski here at 7:35 talking cigars and a really cool contest at Appleton Cigar. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite. We're coming back for Act 2 after this.
747 and